Mark, the EPCR and the tournaments that they have traditionally been European tournaments, and it's come with very strong identities and European roots. And of course, last year South Africa made an entry into those competitions, and it seemed in the first year there was still a little bit of convincing to be done. Do you think South African teams have done enough in the first year to get people's minds around the fact that it's now more a global competition, or do you think there are still some convincing to do?
I think our involvement in the tournament has really proven to be a success for the URC. The numbers, broadcast numbers have improved. If you look at the record gates in people in the stadium, I think it has also helped us because most of our players play in Europe, and we can now be playing against our own players and observe them actually in games and not watching them on television. So it's been good for us, and I think what just happened here about sponsorship, this is the best club competition in the world, and to be part of it is very exciting for rugby, and I think it will grow from strength to strength. I think this will kickstart the World Club Championship. This, with us coming in here, has really triggered that off, and the drive to have that World Club Championship established very soon.
I was going to say that there's been obviously problems, in teething problems, I suppose we should call them, in terms of the scheduling and the fact that, last year's schedule wasn't, with all the extra teams in, made it pretty difficult to, teams don't play each other, there's teams that play sort of cross leagues, etc. It's a bit better this coming season. But I know World Rugby is going to be going into quite a big meeting during the World Cup about the global season. Just where are we there? And are we going to get closer to something that can align?
I think it's important for rugby that we can sort out the global season because it helps us with the player welfare issues. It helps us with not having a cluttered program. We as South African rugby is just looking at changing the dates for our competitions so we can stagger it, that people know. You can have the Currie Cup starting at one time. You'll have the EPR starting at a different time. You have the URC. But currently we playing, the one day you're playing EPCR, the next day you're playing URC, and we have Currie Cup in between. It just creates a lot of confusion. And I think by having a global season, we'll sort out all those problems, and we'll sort out the player welfare issues. We need to have the players resting around the world at the exact same time. Because when we have the World Cup, they all have to peak at the same time, and that will sort out a hell of a lot of problems with the leagues and releasing players, Regulation 9. It's important for World Rugby to sort it out now.
I was going to say the sticking point has always been which league's going to move. Sanzar didn't want to move, and the Six Nations didn't move. Is there progress on that?
Yeah, the thing is this: if you go to a negotiation and you want to keep your position, then you're not going to the negotiation in good faith. We all have to give something here. Yeah. We never thought we play rugby in December. We play rugby in December. And I just think we need to all just give and take. We have to, nobody's going to walk away the winner. At the end of the day, rugby will walk away winner, but we all have to go there with the mind that something's going to change. And I think if we do that, we're going to win. But the key to this is to get the two other professional leagues in the room and not outside the room. Everybody must be in the room in the negotiations.
Just on a personal note, given, and I'm going to probably a bit unfairly the way I'm going to phrase this question, but given everything that happened with the breakup of Super Rugby, how satisfying was Twickenham on Friday night?
Oh, it was unbelievable. But is it off?
No, it's on.
No, I think we're still working with New Zealand. We're working with New Zealand on possibly launching something exciting that we'll announce in the next couple of months. But you'll possibly find that all the leagues, the national teams will be playing at the same time. You find that the competitions will be staggered in a way that all international competitions, so the seasons won't be so cluttered, and we'll be able to have more games, international games against each other, because currently the windows are so small, you cannot have more international games. But if we sort out the global season, it will release more weeks for more exciting rugby and a better product.